Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 action movies of the century so far.
I'm almost out. I'll be back. You've been back enough. I'll be back.
Yippee-ki-yay.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most bombastic, creative, and memorable live-action thrillers released over the last 22 years. We'll leave superhero movies to soar on in a list of their own, and we'll also be sticking to one entry per franchise. If you haven't seen some of these landmark movies, watch out for spoilers ahead. What's your favorite action movie of the 21st century? Let us know in the comments below. Let the action-packed top 20 begin. Number 20, Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Manners maketh man.
After the resourceful and street-smart Eggsy sees a well-dressed agent demolish some thugs, he eventually applies to join the secretive Kingsman agency. His fantastic journey entertained us while shaking up the spy genre. Eggsy and the other characters are self-aware enough to poke fun at various action cliches.
What about these? What do these do? Electrocute you.
Don't be ridiculous. It's a hand grenade.
Shut up.
At the same time, the narrative embraces its genre with slick and unforgettable fight sequences. Every time Eggsy and his friends rushed into battle, we knew we were in for a tightly choreographed and refreshing scene. Their adventures all took place in a quirky world that was later explored in a sequel and a prequel. In the end, Eggsy's Kingsman's journey opened the doors to a new and exciting franchise.
So, are we gonna stand around here all day? Or are we gonna fight?
Number 19, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes.
You have 7 evil ex-boyfriends?
7 evil exes, yes.
And I have to defeat your 7 evil exes if we're going to continue to date?
Director Edgar Wright brilliantly balanced video game aesthetics, romantic comedy, and fast-paced scenes in this cult classic film. When Scott Pilgrim falls for Ramona Flowers, he learns that he must defeat her 7 evil exes. He takes on every single one of them, all in fight scenes that stand out from most films because they feel exactly like video game boss battles. In between climactic frays, Wright loaded the film with plenty of humor, Easter eggs, and quotable lines.
We are Sex Bomb, and we're here to make you think about death and get sad and stuff.
The movie also has the added bonus of having an absurdly stacked cast full of hilarious actors and future stars. If you're looking for a funny film with nostalgic references and innovative action scenes, then Scott's story is a must-see.
I'm blowing up right now.
You are blowing up. Right now.
Number 18, Upgrade.
Okay, who's saying that?
I am STEM, the system operating your body for you. Don't be afraid.
A man named Gray is living a fairly humble life in an advanced society before it's suddenly turned upside down. After a vicious assault, he loses his wife and the ability to move his body. When an advanced computer chip helps him regain full motion, he decides to hunt down the ones responsible. Since Gray's advanced software can take over his body while he observes, we get darkly funny and unique fight scenes.
Okay, Stem, what are we doing, man?
Just relax.
All of the movie's heart-pounding sequences are shot extremely well and take advantage of the futuristic setting. And to top it all off, Upgrade has a few massive twists we won't ruin for you. The movie's slick action and surprising story made it a twisted and exciting romp through an uncertain future.
Still working the bugs out, huh? That's the problem with new technology.
Do something, Gray.
Number 17, Taken.
But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
We bet most moviegoers could recite the plot of Taken by heart. Audiences loved watching the middle-aged Liam Neeson fight to save his daughter and her friend from terrible fates. Although we're pulled in by the relatively grounded and gritty sequences, the movie's structure really stayed with us. Taken inspired an entire subgenre of movies where middle-aged characters, usually parents, stepped out of their normal lives to get vigilante justice. While many have come close to matching Taken's formula, none of them are as quotable as Neeson's original.
If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
The lines he recited before and after thrilling scenes still continue to be parodied and referenced over a decade later.
You don't remember me? We spoke on the phone 2 days ago. I told you I would find you.
Number 16, 21 Jump Street.
I enrolled you in the honors chemistry. Here's your new identities. All right? Brad and Doug McQuaid. The mission is this: infiltrate the dealers, find the supply.
Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum teamed up to star as a duo of unimpressive police officers that are asked to pose as high school students to solve a case. Not only do they have amazing comedic timing and chemistry, but they also excel at bringing hilarious action scenes to life. Each bombastic sequence manages to be more creative and funnier than the last. And along the way, they manage to take shots at everything from movie cop tropes to chase scenes. All of the nonsensical explosions and failures to fly are weaved into a solid and surprising story. Fortunately, we got to see the bumbling duo return to give us more high-octane and gut-busting scenes in 22 Jump Street. Number 15, Free Guy.
I want to comply. I just find the order of those threats very confusing.
Somebody's about to get shot.
Light 'em up!
When a background video game character named Guy breaks out of his normal routine, he unintentionally becomes an action hero within his digital world. He soon becomes one of the only beings capable of saving all the virtual people in his city. Free Guy takes advantage of its digital world to craft action scenes that would be too ridiculous for other blockbusters. Power-ups, healing items, and even weapons from other franchises are all brought in to help Guy inch closer to his goals.
Hold on. Is that a taxi?
Yes! That's a lightsaber, dude.
Not only are these virtual sequences fun, but Jodie Comer's dual performance, Taika Waititi's over-the-top Antoine, and Reynolds' sweet take on Guy hit the right notes. Free Guy's earnest characters and unique world made it an extremely refreshing blockbuster.
There's a world out there where we can be free, where we get to decide who we want to be, where we can matter. But we have to fight for it. We have to fight together.
Number 14, Oldboy.
15년이라고 말해줬다면 조금이라도 견디기가 쉬워졌을까? 아니었을까?
Why was a man named Odesu locked in a room for 15 years? The answer to that mystery requires a lot of detective work and quite a few punches. Although this film doesn't have as many action scenes as some other picks, the quality of its fights more than make up for that. The one-take sequence where Odesu faces a group of attackers alone still takes our breath away. Ultimately, the best part of Oldboy are the numerous and complex twists that turn the entire story on its head again and again. Whether you know about the shocking reveals or not, we highly recommend giving this tense Korean classic your full attention.
역사에서는 내가 발명한 괴물이야. 근데요, 이러면 외를 할 수가 없잖아요. 15년 동안나 궁금했던 건데.
Number 13, The Bourne Ultimatum.
I'm sitting in my office.
I doubt that.
And why would you doubt that?
If you were in your office right now, we'd be having this conversation face to face.
The third entry in the Bourne franchise sees the amnesiac titular character uncover more truths about how he became a dangerous super spy. As the thought-provoking narrative unfolds, it becomes clear that gaining his impressive skills caused him to lose some humanity.
I've spent 3 years running. 3 years trying to find out who I am.
You're still not got it all back, have you?
It was incredible to see Bourne Ultimatum raise serious moral questions and deliver excellent action sequences. The suspenseful train station trek and window jump are both still stunning to watch today. No matter how over the top the film gets, it never loses sight of its intelligent and subversive story. Bourne Ultimatum definitely proves that its battle-hardened protagonist is so much more than a weapon.
Look at us. Look at what they make you give.
Number 12, Edge of Tomorrow.
You have to listen to me. They know we're coming. They're waiting for us. I have been there. I've seen it. You're all doomed.
Shortly after inexperienced soldier William Cage is sent to the front lines of war against aliens, he appears to die on the battlefield. But he wakes up and relives the events that led to his demise. Upon realizing he's stuck in a time loop, Cage teams up with Emily Blunt's Rita Vratoski in the hopes that he can stop the invaders and live to see tomorrow.
You said to find you when I wake up. You do know what's happening to me.
Come with me.
This Groundhog Day setup is full of gigantic war scenes and scenes where humans expertly use cool exosuits in battle. It also manages to make many of Cage's untimely deaths extremely hilarious. Edge of Tomorrow's creative narrative, futuristic action, and genuine humor will make you want to watch it on repeat.
What's next?
Number 11, Ip Man 2.
What is...
During Donnie Yen's second outing as legendary martial artist Ip Man, he struggles to start a Wing Chun school in Hong Kong. Even after he acquires eager students, he still has to fight bias and other masters for the right to teach. Every clash Ip Man gets into features lightning-fast blows and spectacular choreography. The way the movie blends real-life fighting moves with over-the-top wire work and stunts feels natural for the world. As the stakes and the bouts get increasingly bigger, small dramatic scenes keep the movie grounded. Great fight scenes and complex character work will inspire anyone who watches to push their limits as far as Ip Man did.
Although people have different status in life, he doesn't believe that one person's integrity is worth more than another's.
Number 10, Hot Fuzz.
What about Lethal Weapon?
No.
You seen Die Hard, dude?
No.
Bad Boys 2?
What appeared to be a silly parody of buddy cop films shattered our expectations once we dove into the story. After an overachieving officer named Nicholas Angel is sent to a small town, he stumbles upon a dark conspiracy. He teams up with fellow cop and action movie lover Danny Butterman to bring the guilty parties out into the lights. The film's fast-paced editing made its high-octane sequences more distinct and funnier to watch. And we got heavily invested in Nicholas and Danny thanks to great character development.
Just want to be good at what I do.
You are good at what you do. You just gotta learn to switch off that big old melon of yours.
Every running gag, over-the-top scene, and fourth-wall breaking movie reference build up a fantastic climactic shootout. Hot Fuzz isn't just a love letter to buddy cop films, it's a fantastic example of how great they can be.
Danny, let's roll. What are you thinking? Pub?
Number 9, Furious 7.
When you find the guy that killed Han, what are you gonna do?
Words ain't even been invented yet.
While Fast 5 definitely invigorated the NOS-fueled franchise, the Fast and Furious formula was arguably perfected in Furious 7. The 7th installment features cars attached to big parachutes, daring leaps off of falling vehicles, and The Rock firing a giant turret. And we can't forget the time Dom used a car to jump between skyscrapers. Our family of heroes do it all to get revenge for one of their own and recover a dangerous computer program.
All that trouble for this little thing. With all due respect, Dom, you really did great work back there.
After the main story wraps up, the movie slows down to pay tribute to the late, great Paul Walker. The touching ending served as an unforgettable farewell to a great action star.
You'll always be with me. And you'll always be my brother.
Number 8, Baby Driver.
The target is an armored truck at Perimeter Trust in Dunwoody, 10 a.m. sharp. We have the details of the route because someone at the depot has a nasal problem. The bank itself is right near the Buford Highway, so we should be able to hit the ramp within 60 seconds of getting out.
Edgar Wright's third and final entry on our list featured a getaway driver that stole our hearts. What Ansel Elgort's baby lacks in social skills, he more than makes up for with his great taste in music and superb driving abilities. His talents behind the wheel are brought to life with a combination of breathtaking practical stunts and clever editing techniques. And the music is perfectly weaved into the narrative. As Baby gets himself into deeper trouble, the sequences only get increasingly ambitious and jaw-dropping.
This is all your fault.
And incredibly talented actors like Jamie Foxx, Lily James, and John Hamm all ensure scenes outside the cars are just as compelling to watch. All of these elements come together in a beautiful symphony of suspense and talent.
Maybe we need to get out of here.
I just need one thing first. And then it's just us, music, and the road.
Number 7, Skyfall.
Where the hell have you been?
Enjoying death.
007 reporting for duty.
Casino Royale was full of incredible action that helped establish Daniel Craig as Bond. However, it was Skyfall that elevated his take on the character to a new level. After Bond is shot during an awe-inspiring chase scene, he's brought out of retirement to stop the dangerous Raul Silva. But the suave spy has to avoid trains and survive tense shootouts if he wants to succeed.
I do hope that wasn't for me.
But that is.
Javier Bardem's amazing turn as the devious Silva and Craig's portrayal of a weary but willing Bond are both fantastic. Their epic clash is full of emotional beats, stunning revelations, and beautiful cinematography. The fact that Skyfall was once England's highest-grossing film further cements that you shouldn't miss this Bond mission.
So, 007. Lots to be done. Are you ready to get back to work?
Number 6. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum.
Do you expect him to make it out?
$14 million bounty on his head. Every interested party in the city wants a piece of it. I'd say the odds are about even.
Everyone's favorite dog lover / boogeyman managed to get on the wrong side of a secretive organization by the time this third entry began. If he wants to stop being hunted by assassins, John Wick must find a way to get in their good graces once more. The sheer variety of fights, shootouts, and chase scenes made the sequel more impressive than the iconic original.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
But the supporting cast really made this Assassin's Tale stand out. Mark Dacascos, Lance Reddick, and Halle Berry are so good in their respective action scenes that they sometimes steal the show. Although John Wick spends most of this narrative running from death, his world never felt more alive and thrilling to be in than it did here.
Under the circumstances, your privileges are reinstated immediately. What do you need? Guns.
Number 5. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
有些事，我需要想想。
什么事？
一些心里放不下的事。
This incredibly complex and engrossing martial arts epic features some of the most talented actors to have ever worked in the genre. Chow Yun-fat, Zhang Ziyi, Michelle Yeoh, and a few other iconic performers all demonstrate their acting chops and fighting skills in beautiful scenes. While their story has too many breathtaking bouts to describe here, the duel where Xu Lian attempts to face Zhen Yu's with a variety of weapons and moves is a particular film highlight. Their emotional and stunning face-off is just one example of how the movie expertly layers character motivations and symbolism under every one of its fight sequences. The tremendous clashes and epic story of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon also earned it the Oscar for Best Foreign Film.
还记得你说的那个故事吗？
心诚则灵。
Number 4. Mission Impossible, Fallout.
We should all be dead.
Why aren't we?
Where's the plutonium?
As Ethan Hunt put everything on the line to save the world from a nuclear plot on screen, Tom Cruise was pulling off risky stunts behind the scenes. He jumped across rooftops for a running scene, flew a helicopter for a chase sequence, and did a high-altitude jump from a plane. All these stunts blew us away while furthering the plot and characters. While these amazing sequences were great, the emotional narrative and callbacks helped make it the franchise's finest film. And the cherry on top was the choice to include Henry Cavill and his arms as a foil to Ethan Hunt.
If you have a problem with my methods, you can always stay behind. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Isn't that the thing?
The sixth installment's exhilarating narrative set a new bar for Mission Impossible films and other thrillers to reach for.
Ethan, if you can hear me, we're ready to make the cut. Ethan, come in.
How do we know if he's got the key?
He'll get it.
Yeah, but how do we know?
He'll get it done.
Number 3. Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2.
When I woke up, I went on what the movie advertisements refer to as a roaring rampage of revenge. I roared, and I rampaged.
Since this two-part tale about an assassin trying to get revenge on her former boss, Bill, was originally intended to be a single movie, we'll consider both for one entry. The entire story captured the hearts and imaginations of many viewers. Fans of westerns, pop culture, and martial arts films found plenty of thrilling homages to each genre. Watching title character Beatrix take on former co-workers and goons in wildly different ways made each confrontation surprising and exciting.
When fortune smiles on something as violent and ugly as revenge, it seems proof like no other that not only does God exist, you're doing his will.
Uma Thurman also shook scenes up by portraying a wide variety of assassins' emotions with masterful acting. By the time Beatrix's gripping mission was over, she had become an unforgettable heroine who is still imitated and praised decades later.
You and I have unfinished business.
Baby, you ain't kidding.
Number 2, The Raid.
Masalah. Mereka sudah sampai.
If a group of officers wants to catch a notorious criminal, they must survive a raid on the Kingpin's hideout. Unfortunately, the big bad has many incredibly capable martial artists and outlaws on his payroll. Officer Rama has to fight for his life as his co-workers slowly fall one by one. His scenes contain some of the fastest moves and choreography we've seen this century. Since these awe-inspiring sequences feature great cinematography and less cuts than normal, it feels like you're in the middle of every fray. The straightforward premise and tremendous stunt work led to an awesome sequel that left us breathless again. Even if we never get a third chapter, The Raid stands as a towering genre accomplishment.
Terus ngapain tinggal? Sama alasannya kenapa lu pakai itu seragam. Karena pas.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Although this high-octane post-apocalyptic film doesn't seem like a Best Picture nominee on the surface, it has lots of things going for it underneath its gritty exterior. After Max Rockatansky crosses paths with a determined Furiosa, they form an alliance to escape the evil Immortan Joe. Their thrilling team-up is full of creative editing, has incredibly emotional moments, and involves practical action scenes. Unique characters and earnest performances also made this world memorable.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
And while Max's name is in the movie title, Furiosa constantly commands the narrative thanks to Charlize Theron's nuanced and badass portrayal. All of Mad Max's fantastic elements earned it 6 Oscars and near-universal praise. It deserves to race to the top of any list of 21st century action films.
Remember me? Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.